Well, welcome to the Viking Age podcast. It's the official podcast of the VikingAge.com. My name is Chris Schad. I write for Zone Coverage as well as the VikingAge.com. My co-host is Adam Patrick, managing editor of the Viking Age and one of the lead editors at FanSided. We do this right here on the Viking Age YouTube channel. We're also in podcast form on Apple and Spotify the very next day. But however you consume us, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. We can spread the word to the masses. On today's show, we're so close, but so far away from training camp. And instead of regurgitating all of the hot takes and Kyler, did you hear that Kyler Murray is a dual threat quarterback? His running could unlock something in the offense. Adam. Yeah, that's crazy. They have a competition too. I don't know. Maybe, it's the best infrastructure Kyler Murray's ever had. You may have never heard that as well. There's going to be plenty of time to talk about that, so we're going to wait a little bit. Podcasting is a copycat league, as we say, especially in July. And our friends at the Jet Press decided to do a team of the worst players over the past 20 years. And we're like, why the hell not? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to pick a team of the worst Vikings over the past 20 years. So this is the format. This is the worst Vikings team over the past 20 years, from 2006 to 2025. Each player must have a minimum of 10 starts with the team and is weighted for overall negative impact on the franchise, fan sentiment and expectations, and just general vibes. So the format of the team goes like this. There will be one quarterback, one running back, two wide receivers, a flex spot for all you fantasy football nerds out there, tight end, left tackle, left guard, center, right tackle, two edge rushers, two interior defensive linemen, two linebackers, two corners, a nickel corner, and two safeties. So, Adam, what do you think about this? And also, too, I hope you're okay with this because you actually pitched it to me. So, if you're not, I'm going to wonder what you're doing.
As a minimum of, we said minimum of 10 starts too, right?
Minimum of 10 starts. That is correct.
So we can't put Josh Freeman in here. We can't put Spurgeon Wynn in here. Although he was pre. I know. I was trying to see if you would notice. Yes, we cannot put Max Brosmer in here. Joe Webb's not eligible. Although, no, he's not, because I don't think he started any games at receiver for the Vikings either. So
I don't think he had 10 starts.
No,
but.
So some of those guys not eligible, but are they deserving of a mention? Probably. But no, we always need something to do in the dog days of summer as we are getting closer to training camp. Our friends at the Jet Press, I feel like they obviously maybe have a little more of a bigger pool to choose from when it comes to worst players. Although they did have a little bit of run there with Rex Ryan in the middle there, going to a couple AFC championships. The Vikings there wasn't a shortage of players to choose from. I feel like in some of these players I was looking at their stats and being like, they did that, or like they really, okay, all right. So, and this was like a good exercise of going in the past too and being like, oh yeah, they were bad.
So. As much as we complained last year, you look at some of this and you go, oh, it's been way worse. Shit. Yeah. Like the Shane Gillis meme.
And a lot of these are from teams that went, I don't know, like some of these players were on teams that went 10-6, 9-7. Like they weren't on bad teams. They were just bad players. And bad to the level of like a lot of them didn't meet expectations that they were given, whether they were drafted high or signed to big contracts. It's more, I feel like that's probably weighed heavily more with some of these guys than, straight up stunk. Because if we did that, then it would be pretty easy to pick a team. But I think we'll have a good group of guys. I know you pick some people and I pick some too, so we can go back and forth and figure out who's the worst of the worst.
Well, there's no better place to start on any team, especially in the history of the Vikings, than the quarterback position. Before I get into my pick here, I'm just gonna say there were a lot of guys that I thought about in this this exercise. I wanted to go Kirk Cousins because I think I misunderstood the assignment at 1st because I thought it was just like most disappointing. And I'm like, well, Kirk Cousins, he was brought in to win a Super Bowl and he didn't win a Super Bowl. That's pretty damn disappointed. Although he was a pretty good quarterback overall. So like, I don't know, like I can't really put him on the worst because he was effective, especially in the noon window against the Detroit Lions on Sunday on Fox with Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma, or I don't know, Matt Millen maybe is up there or whatever.
He did win a playoff game.
He did win a playoff game with 2 lucky throws when Mike Zimmer tried to mothball him in the 4th quarter. But
Dalvin Cook running the ball 30 times.
Yeah, that's beside the point. Brad Johnson in 2006 started 14 games. I don't think people were expecting a lot out of a 38-year-old. And then JJ McCarthy is eligible for this because he started exactly 10 games later. We can talk about that a little bit later, but I think the obvious choice here is Christian Ponder. And for those of you who watch JJ McCarthy and he thinks he sucks, Christian Ponder was very similar for the younger crowd out there. He couldn't handle pressure. His mechanics were brutal, leading to poor accuracy, and he got hurt right before a 2012 playoff game, which, as Adam alluded to, led to the Joe Webb game at Lambeau Field. There were also circumstances beyond his control. He never should have been drafted in the first round. And the NFL locked out that year. So like free agency happened after the draft. So the Vikings doubled up on shitty quarterbacks and signed Donovan McNabb. But the Vikings were like, we need a quarterback. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Oh, they traded for him. I forgot about that. Yes. So that happened. Christian Ponder, do you agree? What are you feeling, Adam?
I will say he is the worst of the last 20 years. Yeah. Based on where he was drafted, expectations and everything. But if you want to go like a lot of these I would look up the approximate value on Pro Football Reference and kind of go look at like per game with the Vikings, because it's hard to go per start because it's hard to narrow down like per start what their approximate value was for every start. So I just went per game. Tavares Jackson, 0.39 approximate value per game. Christian Ponder, 0.61. So there's an argument out there that Tavares Jackson was not that good. I feel like Tavares Jackson doesn't get the scrutiny because he wasn't a first round quarterback. He was his second round, right?
Yes.
At a UAB, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alabama State, actually.
Oh, even better. He was like Childress's guy. He was going to mold him into the next, I don't know, McNabb or whatever, because he came from Philly. And it just didn't work. Just did not work. I remember, I think it was like the season opener. Was this the Niners or Packers? It was a Monday night game. And Tavares was not good. And I'm pretty sure he got benched in 07 or 08 for Gus Farrar. So, yeah, he wasn't good. But because he was not drafted in the first round, I think that you got to give this to Christian Ponder, just because when you're a first-round quarterback, the expectations are you're going to be a starter for 10 years, and you got to be above average. And he was not any of those things. He had some moments, just like JJ McCarthy has had some moments. But same as with JJ McCarthy, you get drafted in the first round, your expectations are going to be higher whether you like it or not, and that's going to be the case for probably a lot of people on this list. And yeah, Brad Johnson was just it was old. Like he was like I don't even think he thought he was going to play probably in 2006, which they randomly got off to like a really good start. I think
4-2 because I went to that. It was a Monday Night Football game against the Patriots, and the Vikings were 4-2, and everybody thought they had something.
Oh yeah.
And Tom Brady came to town, spread them out, and kicked their ass.
Brady just talked about that game because he said he was on the New Heights podcast. He said Randy Moss flew out to Minnesota to meet him at the team hotel after the game and be like, hey, I want to play with you. And he was still on the Raiders.
Yeah.
He flew out. And Tom Brady's like, okay, me too.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, great. Okay, but yeah, Christian Ponder is I have always thought, and this might be like the meme of the guy like standing up in the crowd, like, does anyone have anything to say? Of like, if the Vikings utilized Christian Ponder's rushing ability more and stopped trying to turn him into a pocket passer that Bill Musgrave was trying to do, I think he could have been at least an average quarterback. Because you look at a team during that same era, like the 49ers, and they had Kaepernick. I feel like if the Vikings kind of utilized an offense like that, then maybe we could have gotten a little bit more out of Ponder. At the same time, every time he pretty much got hit, he got injured. So I don't know how that would work every time he got tackled.
And I think a lot of people too, wasn't it the 2011 season where I think they won in Washington? It was the game where Adrian Peterson destroyed his knee. And if they had lost, they would have gotten like Andrew Luck or Robert Griffin III in that situation. Yeah. Maybe RG3 wouldn't have worked because they wouldn't have used his rushing ability, but then he might have stayed healthy and actually had a career.
Hey, but they boosted team morale that win. Okay.
the vibes were high.
They kept the culture intact until everyone got fired 2 years later.
Their high school selves were so proud in that moment.
Were.
And they were just like, you didn't give up, guys. You beat the Washington Commanders on the road. That's great. Here's my question for you. Yeah. Talking between Ponder and McCarthy. If
Great
McCarthy,
conversation to have. I'm so happy we're having this conversation.
It's so depressing. It is so depressing because you actually looked it up. You sent it to me. What was it? I can't remember.
The NFL. It's the NFL ELO adjusted era like quarterback comparison that they have.
Yeah, you did JJ McCarthy, Tavares Jackson, and Christian Ponder.
Yeah.
McCarthy has the lowest out of the 3 quarterbacks after 10 starts, which is not a death sentence. I know we've said it there. He's shown things. I really think JJ McCarthy fans are turning into Kirk fans with all the excuses that are being made right now.
You might have written about that.
Yeah, I definitely did. But like, if he doesn't start another game, does he overtake Ponder? Like, that's kind of, it's pretty close now.
Yeah. If he doesn't start another game for the Vikings, I think you could say he's a bigger bust than Ponder for sure.
Because I think too, there was so much hype. Like like I said, in 2011, the Vikings were like, we need a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback. Yeah. Christian Ponder. And I can't remember who they passed on that draft.
Jake Locker.
Yeah, Jake Locker.
They were really
draft sad. Is so bad after Cam
They were
Newton.
Really sad they didn't get Jake Locker, so they selected Christian Ponder instead.
Yeah. It wasn't Cam Newton, but that's what was funny too. Like, going into that draft, I remember they're like, is Cam Newton going to be good? And it's like, yeah. Like, the guy's got a cannon for an arm and he can run around
Blaine Gabbert was in that draft too.
Yeah. It was a complete disaster. And yeah. But McCarthy, I mean, the infrastructure of McCarthy is that much better. Where you have Justin Jefferson, you have Kevin O'Connell, who people thought could take a middle school quarterback and turn him into an NFL starter at this time last year. Like, there's a lot of things that are being fumbled right now. And I think we're going to get some answers in the coming weeks. Like, was it JJ's hand that was worse than we thought? Was it the lack of preparation? Or was just he had Richard behind the scenes? I don't know.
Or was he, usual struggling first-year player? Which happens to a lot of guys around the league.
We're going to get the answer here soon.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I know Harvin was one of Ponder's receivers, but he was hurt a lot. But after him, wasn't his wide receiver 2 like Michael Jenkins? Like, that was.
I do remember they signed Greg Jennings in 2013 to like be his number 1.
In 2013, though, that was like Ponder's like. But Ponder didn't even start 2013. Matt Castle did.
He did.
He did?
Ponder started 2013. He had the first 3 games.
Right. And they lost.
I wrote about this at Zone Coverage 2 today because he threw 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and his last loss was to the Cleveland Browns at home. And if we know anything about the Vikings,
went off.
Yeah, what's that?
That's when Josh Gordon went off.
Oh, God, that's right. he had like 200 yards that game.
Yeah.
I remember because I had the little flip phone at the Hudson
Brian
Yards and I
Hoyer.
was checking the score, and I'm just like, Josh Gordon's going nuts right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was. Well, as we know,
and Matt Castle played, and I think their first one was in London, and then
they lost 7 of their first 8 games.
Yeah, he played another game. They got killed, and then they're like, "Oh, Josh Freeman, you've been here for a week. You can play. You can throw." He threw 52 times in his one game, and I just wrote about Freeman. That's why it's fresh in my mind. But like, this is his first start, and he threw 52 times, like in 2013.
He wasn't even there a week.
No,
like it was a short week, or it was a Monday night football game. But
he was there for like 3 weeks. But still,
yeah,
you shouldn't be having him throw 52 times in his first game. Even you have Adrian Peterson in the backfield, he wasn't even hurt. He was healthy.
Just PTSD all over the place.
Billy Musgrave, just great. I think he's with the Raiders right now. I want to say he is as like a consultant or something. Good for them.
Well, best of luck to him. Those screens help Percy Harvin end his career early. So
hard to find those plays though on that really tiny play sheet.
Little note card.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the running back position. The guy that I chose here, and I talked to you about this too as well, Alexander Mattison. I think a lot of people kept propping him up to be better than he was. Gary Kubiak infamously pounded the table in the war room to get him in the 3rd round, even though a lot of people project him as a 7th round, maybe undraftable pick. Great guy. I mean, he does a lot of stuff in the community, nothing against him, but a lot of fans thought he was better than Dalvin Cook. And when they released Cook, the Vikings put him on the header of their social media account while Cook was still on the team waiting to get released. I made the joke on the show, making him RB1 was like putting sunglasses on your dog. Like, hey, look at him. He's ready to party. Yeah, RB1. And then he had no touchdowns in 2023. So that he also fumbled a lot. And this was harder than expected because the Vikings have a lot of pretty good running backs over the year. Matt Asiata was a guy I considered, but he did his job. I mean, he only got 3.5.
He scored from the goal line.
Yeah, he scored from the goal line. Alexander Mattison couldn't. So I don't know. To me, that is the most disappointing and the worst Vikings running back that I've seen in the last 20 years.
Yeah. What didn't Madison set like a record of like the most carries within 10 yards of the end zone without scoring a touchdown? I feel like.
And I feel like he got negative yards on the season on those carries. Like part of that is the offensive line's fault. I understand that, but like also it was kind of like.
He'll also be known for the infamous, I think the Seattle game in 2020 where they needed a 4th and 2 to win, not give the ball back to Russell Wilson. And he didn't hit the hole. He went somewhere else and got tackled.
Calling that a hole is like an injustice, though. It was a gulf. It was wide open. It's like it's like a CFB play. Somebody online did this clip of like Road to Glory, and he was the quarterback, and he handed it off to the running back, and there was this big ass like wide open space in the end zone. And he went nope right to the defender. That's pretty much what Alexander did in that moment.
And then Harrison Smith got mad at Cam Dantzler. So that's how that went.
Yeah, that was great.
Asiata, like, yeah, he was like the modern Leroy Horde, where I feel like he'd carry the ball 20 times for like 64 yards, but then he would get like 2 touchdowns because he was just like a battering ram around the goal line. So like, yeah, like you said, he did his job, but he wasn't anything special. But Madison was he a 2nd round pick? He was second. No. 4th.
3rd round.
3rd. Yeah.
3rd.
Out of
Boise State.
Before Ashton Genty, he paved the way for Ashton.
I think he wore 2 as well in college.
Yeah, I'm sure he says he taught Genty everything he knows. But yeah, like Madison, he was kind of good 2019 when he was a rookie and he was in like that 3rd down RB2 kind of role. And then for whatever reason, KOC was like, "Oh, we can make this guy into RB1." And now looking back on it, I don't know if it was KOC or if it was Kwesi being like, "We can save a lot of money just by having Madison and drafting Dwayne McBride to be, because he can be our starter, or Ty Chandler. We've got him too, so it could have been a Kwesi idea, but the idea to roll with Madison as an RB1 was one I think me and you at the time were both like, "This is a terrible idea."
Well, and
because he just
again,
wasn't good. Like he started a few games, but we knew like if he wasn't capable of like the full-time starter role, and he showed that.
again, this is part of my war on fantasy football, where some people, some Vikings fans, probably just like me, had
the Evan
him.
Silva video.
The Evan Silva video?
Where
Which one was that?
We said Madison was going to be like the RB1 in
Oh, he was
fantasy?
going to lead the league in rushing touchdowns. That was his bet. And then he didn't get a single rushing touchdown. Yeah. I remember that now. It was his bet. Like I got a bet on Alexander Madison to lead the league in rushing touchdowns. Oh my God, I forgot about that. No, I mean, I had Dalvin Cook in a dynasty league, and I had Alexander Madison. Everybody's like, oh, he's so good. Why? Because he helped you beat your uncle in not uncle in accounting. Maybe you have a family business. I don't know. But like, it's just, you pick these guys up and they're like, this guy's awesome. I don't understand why they're not giving him a chance. Another thing I like about Alexander Madison is rookie year, he had exactly 100 carries. So as somebody who writes content and all of that stuff, I was very happy with the fact that
you could figure out
that quick math
average.
Yes.
Real fast.
Didn't need a calculator at all. It was great.
That's one thing you're most thankful for.
That's
how good he was.
Yeah. Not anything he did on the field. Is he
on a team now?
No, he hurt his neck.
That's right. He was with the Dolphins, right? And then he hurt his neck.
Which is unfortunate. I mean, like you said, good guy. Like really good guy. Just put in a bad situation and he kind of went belly up.
He went to the Raiders after the Vikings. Was there for
Raiders, Dolphins. I think that's it.
Though, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But
he could probably come back in a year or two, I guess, if he wants.
If he wants to. Wide receiver. Let's go with that.
This one's pretty obvious.
Yeah. By the way, did you have a running back as your flex guy or no? Or was this?
No, I have a receiver.
I was about to say, if you had a running back, we could stay on that topic. But wide receiver, I got 3, including my flex. Obviously, you got to go with Troy Williamson. The guy was an absolute disappointment. He was supposed to be the Randy Moss replacement. And when you can't catch the football, you're going to wind up on this list. Because one of the angriest I've ever been as a Vikings fan was week 17 against Denver, 2007 season. That was Adrian's rookie year, right?
Yeah.
And he is nobody within 20 yards of him. Broken coverage. Tavares Jackson makes the throw right there. Doink. And the game didn't matter. The Vikings were pretty much eliminated from playoff contention if, they had a slight heartbeat. And I just remember sitting there steaming. I'm like, I'm fucking done with this guy. Like, get this guy off the fucking field because he can't catch the fucking ball. My apologies for all the F-bombs.
To be fair to him,
it's how angry I was.
Yeah, to be fair to him, to follow up Randy Moss, one of the NFL's most generational game-changing type receivers, not the best. It's like going on stage and I don't know, like following Metallica, and you're like, this is like your first year as a band. You're like, cool, this is gonna be great. So his expectations, I'm sure, were just sky high. Yeah, just not fair to him. But to be fair, he did have more receiving yards than the other person we're probably about to talk about.
Yeah, the second one on my list, Laquon Treadwell. And what I will remember Treadwell for is not the one catch for 15 yards or whatever it was in his rookie year. Not the drop at Lambeau Field that turned into an interception in that weird tie game where Daniel Carlson missed a whole bunch of kicks. It is actually the Vikings draft party in 2016 where he got the Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock pop when he was introduced. Because I was among that crew. I wanted them to take Treadwell when he was there at 23. I think a lot of other people wanted that to happen, and it just didn't work out. Worked hard. I mean, he ran stairs until he was about to pass out, but that didn't help him.
Yeah, a lot. He worked out a lot, I think, to Mike Zimmer's detriment, because he just wanted him to catch, pretty much.
Just catch the ball.
But you know what? He's still in the league.
Yeah.
He's in year 11 with the Colts as a special teamer. So good for him. Still the worst receiver probably on the Vikings in the last 20 years. Just couldn't get open. I don't know if it was because he suffered like pretty significant leg injury in college. And I wonder if that impacted his speed. I have to imagine. Because he was like a number one recruit coming out of high school. Like he was like DK Metcalf before DK Metcalf. And then he got to the Vikings and couldn't beat out undrafted Adam Thielen, because he was just on a tear anyways. But couldn't really ever find a role. I think the play I remember the most that was like his best was when he might have been the same Seahawks game in 2020, where he was wide open and caught a touchdown. Like, that's the only reason he caught it, because there was no one around him.
Yeah.
But no, he's bounced around. He's been with the Falcons, Jaguars, Colts. I feel like there's probably other teams too. But he's still in the league, so good for him. But I mentioned the per game approximate value with Tavares and Ponder. Tavares was 0.39 and Ponder was 0.61 per game. Laquon Treadwell's was 0.11 approximate value per game.
Just like his number, though.
Williamson was 0.2, so not much better, but yeah.
Battle of the epic. And think about this. If he pans out, you have Stephon Diggs, you have Adam Thielen.
Yeah, you're not drafting Justin Jefferson.
No, not at all. But I don't know. That's a pretty good 3 receiver set going into 2017. Just saying. I mean, granted, Jarius Wright was still on the team in 2017, right? Or did they get rid of him by then? I want to say he was still there.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
But also great to have 3 really good receivers on a Mike Zimmer team that's going to run the ball 40 times a game.
He was there. Also, he had 18 catches for 198 yards and 2 touchdowns.
All on third down.
Yeah, probably all on third down. It is funny. We look at like people like you and I look back at Jarius Wright and be like, he was awesome. Career high was 588 yards.
If you look at his box score, he was not good.
Yeah, but I mean, he always made catches on third down, it seems.
And I'm pretty sure when he was drafted, they also drafted Greg Childs,
who went up for a catch in training camp and blew out both his knees.
I think he was the one people were like, "Oh, Greg Childs is going to be the out of these two, both out of Arkansas, like he's going to be the one to stay on the team." Nope, his knees couldn't stay together.
It's like, what is? I can't remember what the movie is, but he steps on a quarter on the field and his leg just crumples. Just not to make fun of. I mean, imagine being a 4th round draft pick and being like, all right, I'm balling during camp and just go up for a catch and come down and career's over.
Luckily, he was a draft pick, so he probably got some of that money. But
double patellar tendons, just no.
And then he came back and tore his ACL, I think.
Yeah. I mean, jeez,
wasn't good.
All right. And number 3, this is the spot that's up for debate, but maybe you got another one. I picked Mike Wallace, who you might forget was a Viking at one point. Vikings got him for a 5th round pick. I believe it was ahead of the 2014 season. He was here for just 1 year and he did not have solid production. Stephon Diggs took his job. Teddy couldn't get the ball downfield to him. Norv Turner was the offensive coordinator. We all know how that didn't work out with Mike Zimmer. Lot of problems with Mike Wallace. So he was gone, and it was bizarrely the only unproductive season of his career. He was about a 700, 900 yard receiver most of his career. So just didn't work out there.
Yeah, I would say he probably falls in the more of like the disappointing category. Because I still feel like he put up some decent numbers, but with my flex, I went with Jerome Simpson.
Okay.
Because he was kind of brought in before. I think he was like one of the first signings he signed in 2013. And then he got in trouble for smoking, which is hilarious now. But he had one touchdown catch in 2 seasons with the Vikings. And he was, I'm pretty sure, the number 1 receiver. So that's not good. And then I have Charles Johnson in here too, who was supposed to be like, I guess he wasn't the next Adam Thielen because he was coming up at the same round time. Like wasn't he like a 6th or 7th round pick of the Packers? The Vikings picked him up and they're like, oh, we stole him from the Packers. Yeah, he had a 0.18 approximate value per game. And then a sneaky one, which this guy just got paid. And he had a really good connection with JJ McCarthy last year, but Jalen Naylor. Like last year was his best year and he had like 28 catches. So that's not great. Also was wide receiver 3, so I'm not going to hold that against him. But between Mike Wallace or Jerome Simpson, who do you think we should go with?
Oh gosh, we got to make a pick here, don't we? I
okay
do like Jerome Simpson. So 2 things that I remember about Jerome Simpson is that we called him homegrown Jerome because he liked to smoke the reefer. And then there was also when he got his DUI, my friend was in the DUI class with him. And like he said he doesn't care about football, but he was saying like people were asking him for autographs in this DUI class.
Jeez,
so I don't know. That's pretty epic. I'll go Jerome Simpson. Right. I don't care. Just I have more memories of Jerome Simpson than I do Mike Wallace. I also 3 guys I also had on my list. Travis Taylor, who somehow started 10 games for the Vikings. So didn't do much, but I don't remember it. That's probably why he's on the list. Bernard Berrien, they signed that again, more disappointment category. He had some moments with the Vikings, but never really panned out. And then Bobby Wade also started 10 games for the Vikings. He was their punt returner, and I don't think he ever returned a punt because he would always just fair catch. And that gets you a job sometimes in the NFL. So more power to him, but those were the honorable mentions I had.
Those 2 players, like me and you, I think, we were in college around this time. So like some of these players were like, I was looking them up today. I'm like, I don't even remember this person playing for the Vikings. And I know why. It was during college and they're a little blurry back then. But like, I was like, who is this? And then I was like, oh yeah, okay. But like, the Jerome Simpson thing, I feel like he was pumped up because he had that one play with the Bengals where he flipped over a guy in the end zone. Yeah. Everyone's like, wow, hey, look at him. He can do that. And
he's so athletic. He can't do anything else. But he can flip over dudes.
I remember him from that Browns game that Ponder played because I think Ponder tried to go deep with him a couple times and they couldn't connect. Surprise, surprise. So, yeah, Jerome Simpson just didn't work out. And then Mike Zimmer was like, yeah, we don't need you. We'll be fine.
We'll be good here. Tight end. Not a lot here. Vikings have had you've had TJ Hawkinson, who was good for a while. You had Kyle Rudolph, obviously, who is he in the Ring of Honor or is he not quite yet?
He will be.
He'll get there.
Yeah.
The guy who was supposed to replace Kyle Rudolph made it for me. Irv Smith Jr. I think people desperately wanted him to be this field stretching vertical threat, and it didn't work. He kept getting hurt. Yep. He was basically blood sacrificed by Mike Zimmer to get a preseason touchdown, and he tore his meniscus, and that was the end of that. And it just never clicked. There was reports about maturity being an issue, and just didn't work. So that's my pick.
I think when you spend a second round pick on a tight end, that tight end better be good. Otherwise, you could be. Well, I guess the Jaguars just did that, right, with some blocking tight end this year. But yeah, I'm fine with that because I think expectations for him were pretty high. He was supposed to be like the guy to take over after Irv Smith or after Kyle Rudolph, which I believe Rudolph kind of finagled that into getting an extension after Irv Smith got drafted because he was like, this guy sucks. Give me more money. So that worked out for him. I put down for mine John Carlson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because
that's a very good one.
He was like the free agent prize or whatever. The Vikings thought they found a diamond in the rough. Was he with he was with the Seahawks right before?
Yeah. And he was one of us.
Yep.
And he's from Richfield.
Signed him. I believe he played in like 4 or 5 games first year because he was hurt. And then the next year he played and I think caught like 30 passes. And then he was done with the Vikings. So that could be one. But I'm totally fine with Irv Smith because I just think expectations were high and he didn't even come close to that.
The tight end you were thinking of, by the way, is Nate. Pronunciation's down here. Borkircher. Nate Borkircher from Nebraska or Texas A&M.
Oh yeah,
he will be 25 on
Texas
week
A&M,
1.
I think.
Yeah, that's probably how it's listed. I mean, there's 2 schools. Now basically there's like college journeymen, like they play like for 9 different schools and whatever. And
they're gonna be able to go back like in the NBA where you can go back to college now if you go in the NBA.
They might go that far. So I mean, SEC is gonna break off from the NCAA now, so that's things are going great in college football.
Some of the approximate values per game that I found: Irv Smith Jr. had a 0.22. John Carlson had a 0.11. Mr. Johnny Munt, the apple of Kevin O'Connell's eye, 0.06 approximate value per game. Just great.
But is Irv Smith or John Carlson the best third tight end in the NFL?
That's true. And
I don't think so.
He spurned the Vikings this offseason and signed with somebody else. Signed with like the Jaguars, I think, or something.
Yeah, because Grant, you didn't
Rams.
squeeze that in there.
The Rams.
The Rams.
I think.
That makes sense.
David Morgan, 0.03 per game. And Tyler Conklin, who was like a pleasant surprise. He had a good season when Irv Smith got hurt, but he still had a 0.14 approximate value per game. But yeah, definitely Irv Smith because I just think expectations were high, and because he came out of Alabama, he's supposed to be like the new, like, not to bring this person up, but this was back in the day of teams running 2 tight ends because they all wanted to copy Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. And then so the Vikings were like, oh yeah, let's get this athletic tight end, and Kyle Rudolph can be like more of our traditional tight end of like blocking and running routes. And then Irv Smith couldn't do any of that. So it all worked out.
It worked out great for the Vikings there. Let's go to the offensive line. Let's go in the trenches. You want to just do the tackles, guards, and centers? Just go that route?
Yeah.
Tackles. Matt Kalil.
Yeah.
I think that guy's got to be a lock on this one. 3rd overall pick, made the Pro Bowl in his rookie year and did absolutely nothing after that. I think he threw a hat of a fan at one point or something, but knees just didn't. Yep. Yeah, knees just didn't hold up. It's kind of a sourpuss and not real pleasant. So Matt Kalil, welcome to the team.
He doesn't he have a pizza business though?
Something
biology
like
or something. I think it's called. Yeah. I think there's some out here. That's why I know that, or at least they were out here on the West Coast. Because he's from California. So he went to USC, right? Yeah. Yeah, Matt Kalil with there's no other like his. He might have had he went to the Pro Bowl first year, so he's pretty good, and then no, wasn't good after that. So yeah, and then at right tackle I have Marcus Johnson
Oh, okay.
from 06 to 07, I think. Not good. 0.12 approximate value per game, which is almost the same as Laquon Treadwell. And that's at offensive tackle, which I don't think they have as many guidelines for approximate value at offensive tackle that they do for receiver. So he was not good, but I'm open to some other options too. But I saw that number and I was like, yeah, that's pretty bad. So I think we go with him.
The guy I had, and some of the guys that I know, Ryan Cook was a guy that I saw.
yeah.
I don't think he had 10 starts though. So we couldn't plug him in, but he was supposed to be a second round pick. His nickname was the Hitman too, which made no
Not good.
sense.
Not
Yeah,
good, not
maybe
good.
he was a Bret Hart fan. I don't know.
You went to Notre Dame, right?
I gotta look that up. I think it's New Mexico, but
Okay.
yeah. The guy I picked was TJ Clemmings, 4th round pick. They threw him into action. It might have been one of those things where the Vikings didn't set him up to succeed, but
he was not ready. No.
I do remember there was a Monday Night Football game in San Francisco where Teddy Bridgewater dropped back to pass, and he was looking for work, and wound up blocking Teddy. So didn't really pan out for him.
No.
So when you make a play like that, you get a spot on the list.
Yeah. You just made the list. Yeah, I'm fine with I'm good with TJ Clemmings. I think that's probably more fresh in people's memory. He was a 4th round pick, right? I believe so.
Yes. Yep.
So
and by the way, okay, so Pro Football Reference lists Cook as a center, but he did, I guess he started 16 games for the Vikings in 2007, 14 games in 2008, was a 2nd round pick. I don't know. I feel like Clemens stands out more, but Ryan Cook is that's a pretty bad pick. Yeah, also from New Mexico, by the way. That's why I looked him up.
I think where the offensive line is probably, it's easier to go with more disappointing, way that heavier than stats, because don't really have stats for some of these guys back then. I don't know if when PFF started keeping track of like their pass blocking efficiency or whatever. I'm pretty sure it doesn't go back to 06 or 07. So yeah, I'm good with Kalil and TJ Clemmings. We got Kalil blocking the blind side, and then Clemmings blocking
running into Christian Ponder. It's
Kirk Cousins would have flipped out on TJ Clemmings. He might have been cursing on that field.
Frick!
Yeah.
What the frick are you doing out here? Roy Rogers. Guards. Holy shit, there was a lot to choose from here. I took a approach to the Vikings recently because the Vikings just think you can play wherever on the line. If you're a left guard, you can be at right guard. If you're a right tackle, you could be at right guard. Hell, if you're Blake Brando, you could play all 5 positions. It doesn't matter if you're good at any of them, but hey, whatever. I had Ed Ingram because he was a 2nd round pick. The Vikings felt, and also too, when they took him, everybody was like, oh, that's a 4th round guy. But Kwesi masterclass. Consistently towards the top of the league in pressures. He's done well in Houston. So if that weighs on you a little bit, but his performance in times, Dalton Reisner was always on speed dial with him on the roster. It just did not work out. And the other guy I had written down is Dakota Dozier.
Yeah.
Another guy who just allowed pressure constantly and did not do anything. 2 guys I had written down as honorable mentions were Tom Compton and Josh Klein. Pretty bad, but
I had all those guys. I also have Artis Hicks.
Yes.
From that 06, 07. I'm sensing a theme here that their offensive line was not that good in 06 and 07. Also, guards with the Vikings, like a whole meme developed from the Vikings' terribleness of guards, because every time people would say like so and so, like the Vikings are interested in so and so free agent, the funny thing people would reply is, "Can he play guard?"
You know what's even better? Remember that it was like a big chick in a McDonald's, and like she was just like throwing dudes all over the place. And he's like, "Can she play guard?" Like,
You know what? Yeah.
yeah. And it's still not solved. We're still overpaying guards, and
yeah, I think Donovan Jackson has a good chance to be pretty good. Jury's still out on Will Fries. So we'll see about him.
more like we'll put the fries in the bag. Am I right?
Do we want to go more position specific? Because I know Tom Compton was specifically a left guard, or do we want to just do Ed Ingram and Dozer? Because both of those are bad, but I don't know if you want to do like worse left guard. And people will be like, he wasn't even a left guard.
So do you
we could list it? We could just list it. Just tackle, guard, center.
guard.
We can
That
just
works.
do that. Yeah.
Also, too, Tom Compton was like Kirk Cousins' best friend, and he just like gave up
his roommate.
A shitload of pride. Yeah. Just like, what kind of friend are you if you're letting your friend get smeared across the turf by Aaron Donald? But there it is.
Center.
Let's move on to there. I can hear Garrett Bradbury here, but he had his moments, and you have Garrett Bradbury. Pressure King.
You drafted in the first round.
This is true. Yes.
You're center.
Okay. And I do remember the lead up to that draft, Mark Schlereth being like, "You're going to take this guy. This is a rock solid 10-year center solution." The guy was fucking F5'd every time he saw artists. That dude seems like Keem Hicks in his dreams.
Yeah.
Like, think
Kenny
of a
Clark.
happy place.
Yeah. But like the Vikings I think picked like 19th or 2021 around that range. And every mock draft had them picking Bradbury because everyone knew that they were going to pick him because they needed a center. Because I think they got rid of Pat Elflein. Did they get rid of him that year?
Yeah, and that's who I have actually is Pat Elflein. He played well in his rookie year, but that broken ankle in the NFC Championship game really hurt. Yeah, screwed him over. So,
but I think Bradbury being a first round pick just really takes the cake because he never and they re-signed him, which they later regretted, as everyone thought they would. So it was another great decision by the current regime, which now that's probably why there's a new GM. But yeah, like I hope Bradbury wins the Bears center job because I really, really want to see like Caleb Banks just throw him around like a ragdoll and Dominique Orange get in there, just pummel him into Caleb Williams' knees. Not break his knees, but yeah.
Ooh, that was close. Type, right? Yeah.
I don't think Caleb Williams is going to like him very much if he becomes a starter.
Like new tag team finisher just dropped, like Orange Crush or something like that.
Doesn't he have like this is kind of gross, but like a notoriously sweaty butt?
Yeah. Oh, Kirk Cousins said it was like a rainforest. Which, if that was the case, like he never would have lined up underneath the guard because he'd be like, "Ooh, this is a little dry. Did you use some powder? Did you?"
I saw a clip. I think it was like some offensive lineman who was on Edelman's show or his podcast or whatever, and he was talking about how he was a center or whatever, and he was saying like he sweat a lot, and Brady like after one practice was like, "You fucking pig, like you're so disgusting," and like told him like shove towels in his like pants and everything so that he wouldn't be slippery. And I'm like, if only Kirk Cousins was a little meaner, maybe could have fixed that. But yeah, that's the contrast of Kirk Cousins and Tom Brady.
I always imagine like there's got to be like a Kirk, like the Dave Chappelle Wayne Brady skit.
Yeah,
but like it's with Kirk. Just like, hey, what's up, frickers? Oh, shit, it's Kirk Cousins.
That would be amazing.
It would be so good. Like him and Fernando just a night on the town. Like, what are we doing? Oh, we're going over here to say hello to some people.
What is that movie with all the people from like the Seth Rogen? It's like
This Is the End.
Yeah, and like Michael Cera comes in. He's like a giant asshole. It's like nothing like him at all. but it's just funny. That'd be great. I would love like heel Kirk. That'd be great.
Heel Kirk Cousins. Amazing. All right, edge rushers.
Frickers? I love that line.
What's up, Frickers? Edge rushers. I got Pat Jones the second. You know, he was in that infamous third round. He was the one defensive player that Rick Spielman took in that 2021 draft where Zimmer crashed out and left the war room after they took Kellen Mond. 4 sacks in 2022. That was a Mike Zimmer special. 7 sacks in 2023. That was a Brian Flores special. PFF wasn't a fan of his run defense or pass rush efficiency at all. So I think that's one guy that I had on the list. And the other one, of course, is Erasmus James. He did not start 10 games in this time frame, but he did in 2005, and he was still on the team in 2006. So I'm going to cheat a little bit here, that executive decision, but this is also very complicated position because the Vikings have had a lot of good defensive ends during their time. So
who had cancer?
Kanachi Udeza.
That's right.
Because I thought about it. Well, and he also had 5 sacks at times. Yeah. So, I mean, it was it wasn't his fault. That's where I was kind of like,
okay.
But if we were going between the two, I would say Erasmus James because he technically was on the team in 2006. Yeah. So,
and I mean,
Darian Scott's another guy, but there was like, he got some kind of child endangerment case or something like that.
I have DJ Wanham.
Oh, I thought about him as well because he was supposed to be the next Daniil Hunter.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I got him.
Yeah.
I think if we do like, did Patrick Jones start 10 games? He didn't come up on my search when I did.
Let me look here. Now that you mention it, he might not have.
I don't think he was ever like a starter. Maybe a game or two.
You're right. He had 9 starts, and 4 of them came with Carolina last year. So I was wrong.
So not
there.
10 with the Vikings.
Yeah.
So we can go.
See, I told you this is tough.
So we can go. We can probably do Erasmus James and Wanham, right?
That works for me.
Okay. Because I don't want to pick Kanachi Udeze. Be an asshole.
No, that one wasn't his fault. But yeah, I mean, as far as expectations go, James and Wanham are probably
Erasmus James was same draft as Williamson, right?
Correct. The second time they passed on Aaron Rodgers, which
great draft.
A lot of people are upset with that, but also too like
they had Culpepper. He just had a MVP season.
Yes, he almost won MVP the year before. So like it'd
be like the Bills drafting, Fernando Mendoza this year after Josh Allen.
Yeah,
he didn't win MVP, but
to me, it's a lot like Sam Darnold. Like people are like, oh yeah, you let Sam Darnold walk, dude. We wanted him to leave. Like everybody wanted him to go.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna bitch. I mean, good for him. He won a Super Bowl. Like nobody wanted him to stay, except for Paul Charchian, who pulled a 180.
But it's in like 5 or 10 years, you can be like, oh, I can't believe the Vikings passed on Bo Nix. What were they thinking?
He was rated higher than Lamar Jackson in the top 100 list.
I know.
Just
if that list didn't need any more like delegitimizing, that's not going to help it.
Well, they have players vote on it. They hand them this thing. Too. Yeah, it's just like, hey, can you do that? And yeah, sure, we're done. All right.
They vote at the Pro Bowl, which is now 7 or 6 months ago, but it's for who they think is going to be best this year, apparently. But they vote on it right after last season, and like, how many people vote? Because it can't be more than 50.
Yeah.
So like, if you had 1,000 people vote, there is no way Bo Nix is getting a higher spot than Lamar Jackson.
It's a lot like, so Jeremy Fowler had a list of, he's been doing like this list of like anonymous executives who's the best quarterback right now. And they put Caleb Williams 10th. And the first thing out of anonymous GM's mouth was, yeah, I mean, a couple years he's going to be great. And look at his highlight tape. Nobody said anything about his highlight tape. Is he good right now? Like, yeah, he makes great throws. I'm interested to see how Caleb Williams does this year. But my God. Anyway,
I have a conspiracy theory that whenever people do like anonymous scouts things and stuff, they're not real. They're just fake.
They're Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
I'm making this list. I am making it, and I'm going to tell you what anonymous scouts are saying.
Just type it in AI. Give me an anonymous NFC
Because
North quote for
it does
Caleb
add
Williams.
intrigue, but who's gonna go against I can't believe we got to find out who this anonymous scout is. He said Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the league. Can't believe it.
They put him fifth.
I'm glad we talked to an anonymous scout about how good Justin Jefferson is. We really needed that insight.
He probably is one of the ones that got fired last month by Nolan Teasley.
Oh yeah.
He's all right. Defensive tackles. Shamar Stephen. 100%. And maybe this is just like a rage pick, but like I remember Andre Patterson.
This is personal.
It was this. I'm going to make it personal. You bet. 2018, whenever they brought him back, because he went to Seattle for a year.
Yep.
And like Andre Patterson apparently read the tweets or something, because like he was in a VEN interview and he's like, where's the he specifically asked where the camera was. And he goes, Shamar Stephen is the real deal, like right into the fucking camera. And it's just like, he probably did his job as according to, the coaching staff or whatever, but he did nothing. He was just a big fat guy in the middle, like Vince Wilfork, big fat guy, right? He moved people. Mm-hmm. Shamar Stephen didn't move anybody. He was just like a placeholder. He just ran onto the field and all right, go ahead, run around me. Like
the sad thing is Andre Patterson, really good.
Yeah,
defensive line coach. Like he knows what's good. So the fact that he was,
but boy, did he take some swings. The DJ want him to Danielle Hunter.
You know what? Yeah, for every Danielle Hunter you get, there's going to be a DJ Wanham and a Shamar Stephen. You got to take some swings. Everson Griffin, of course. Yeah, I'm fine with that because they re-signed him and acted like he was like one of their biggest signings of the offseason. And it was like,
it's probably all they could afford at that point after signing Kirk.
Well, yeah. That don't say that though. Don't say that.
Yeah. Sorry. Nothing is Kirk's fault.
No,
nothing is Kirk's fault.
I have Latroy Guion as my other interior defensive line. He didn't really do much on the field, and off the field, he got into a lot of trouble. Like,
didn't he have like
real bad? He had like
offensive lineman's worth of marijuana.
Yeah, he had a lot of drugs, a lot of guns, and I don't think any of them were registered. So,
I was getting around to it.
Yeah,
sir, I was 27
just
guns.
Going to the store right now.
I was on my way with my 27 guns and was going to register all of them at once.
So don't pick him, because otherwise, I feel like the Vikings have had like really good interior defensive line like throughout this entire 20-year period. Like this was probably one of the hardest to pick because they had Kevin Williams, Pat Williams, Linval, Tom Johnson. Say what you will about him, he was pretty good. Even Dalvin Tomlinson, Michael Pierce when he was on the field, and now with Jalen Redmond. So yeah, this was one of the harder ones to pick, but let's go with these guys.
I also I'm cool with Latroy Guion. That's a good pick. Armin Watts was a guy that I picked as well. Or I mean, I guess I did pick him, but we won't put him on the official one. 5 sacks in 2021. He got released when Kevin O'Connell arrived, and everyone's kind of like, "Why are you releasing him? He's emerging." I think this is an argument between sacks and pressures because he never had more than 1 sack the rest of his career once he left Minnesota. So, yeah, I mean, it seemed pretty legitimate to me, but
yeah, he went to. Did he go to Pitt too? I feel like he went to Pitt.
He was Arkansas, I believe.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did I think he went to Pitt? Am I think? I don't know, but yeah,
he went to Arkansas.
I remember. Yeah, he was decent, but he never got like over that hump. And I also have Remy Iodele.
Iodele,
who used. Sorry. Well, Vikings fans will know him because he destroyed Brett Favre in the 09 championship game, destroyed his ankles, and then he signed with the Vikings. Then it didn't go well. So that's who else I have. He has like, I think I remember him because in his picture he has like a faux hawk. That's how good he was. That's the most I remember of him. So yeah, Shamar Stephen and Troy Guion. Watch out, everybody.
When you have a good haircut, and
come on through, running backs.
Yes, exactly. Linebackers. I had Ben Gideon and Jasper Brinkley. Neither of them could cover. So that was pretty much my thought process there. I mean, Gideon was kind of a guy that was just there, and Brinkley was 275 pounds, like as a linebacker, like last of a dying breed, basically.
He'd be a good edge now, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, they could try him on the outside. But
I just thought he was the guy who got replaced by Eric Kendricks, but that was Gerald Hodges, I think, who got traded.
Another candidate.
I have Aaron Henderson.
I had him as I thought we were doing 3 linebackers, so I had him on my list too. Okay. So I was like, I got to get rid of one quick on the fly. But
if we did a traditional 4-3, brother of the much more successful EJ Henderson, and then I have Marvin Mitchell, who I don't really remember too much, but I think he was in that 06, 07 area. But I noticed that he had a 0.19 approximate value per game, and I'm like, that's not good. So that's what I have. But I like Jasper Brinkley, and Aaron Henderson also had like he had some off the field struggles, I feel like, with drinking. I think he got a couple DUIs.
Yeah, his career ended because he didn't call for a ride. So I mean, Aaron Henderson and Jasper Brinkley. Otherwise, Gideon didn't.
Was Gideon? Was he a 4th round pick?
I think he was Michigan. He might have also. Now I think about it, his career might have ended because of concussions. So, yeah, maybe we don't. Yeah, maybe we don't want to go down that road with him. Aaron Henderson and Jasper Brinkley.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Are you writing these down, by the way? Because I'm not. Okay, that's good. I was like, oh man, Adam's gonna have to, when he makes the graphic, we're gonna have to.
I've got it. I'm writing it down.
Yes.
Jasper Brinkley. When did
corners?
Was Jasper Brinkley? Did he play during the Frazier era?
I believe he was a Childress guy.
He was.
Might be wrong.
Why do I not remember him? I know he's
Jasper
like
Brinkley.
I'm pretty sure he works. Pretty sure he works with the Vikings now. It's like he's in the front office or something, or like he works with like player relations or something.
Yeah. So he was 6'2", 275.
Oh my God.
He played with the Vikings from 2009 to 2012, missed 2011. I assume he was hurt. Then he went to Arizona, came back for 1 year, started 11 games in 2014, and then finished his career with the Giants. So 6'2", 275. Jesus, that's
probably that's like the size. That's like what Zadarius Smith was, right? Same kind of size.
Yeah, about. But like Smith was an edge rusher. He'd probably be an edge rusher.
Yeah, he would.
I think maybe it's one of those things too where they put him in a position. It's like now in today's NFL, they would have used him totally differently. Yeah. But not a thing. Corners. There's one name I had to put immediately on this list. And if we were doing best quotes in Vikings history, he would be on there as well. Bashaud Breeland. One of the biggest free agent flops, which is amazing because he did not cost much because he was insane, for lack of a better term. Chris Thomason.
He was with the Chiefs, right?
The Chiefs. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, I believe. I think Chris Thomason triggered this quote, but he said,
absolutely.
I'm convinced y'all love my Johnson in y'all mouth. Enjoy the win and shut the fuck up. And then Mike Zimmer came out. He wasn't talking about the fans. He was talking about us. Yeah. What?
I would love to see Chris.
Then a few weeks later, a few weeks
later,
I
would love to see Thomason's face after that. Like, what? Oh, okay.
Who's Johnson? Hey, Schad, you gave up 8 receptions today for 92 yards. It's the most receptions given up by the Vikings cornerback since 19. Could you talk through that a little bit?
Yeah. Can you talk about it? I love to talk about questions too.
We are so excited to talk about Chris Thomas, and we're just talking all over each other. The other part with Breland too is he crashed out at practice, threw a shoe, and got released.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So that was the end of that. The other guy I have for an outside corner is Andrew Booth Jr. They took him in the second round. A lot of people thought they were getting a steal because they thought he was a first round pick. He had a bunch of injuries and wasn't good on the field. Again, this is one of the things, like when something stands out to you, like he's got to be on the list. That Buffalo game where Justin Jefferson had his catch, Booth was thrown into emergency duty because they ran out of corners, and like Stephon Diggs was lined up across from him. Diggs ran a slant, I believe, and Booth did this weird, like in sync, like twirl the opposite direction. It's like, well, this guy isn't good. So I have him. Oh man, I think you got me again. You might. I would have picked him
if he did.
Andrew Booth. Hang on.
I don't think he did.
I swear I did my research on this. Yeah, he only started 4 games. That's a bummer.
It's fine.
But
did Bashaud Breeland start 10 games?
Oh no. This is not good, is it?
I don't want people to be like, hey, these guys didn't
start 10 Breeland started 13. Breeland started 13, so we're good.
Someone from the same draft class you could put in there, though, with Caleb Evans. He was not good. I have Marcus McCauley as well. And at nickel, I have Benny Sapp.
What about Josh Robinson?
Yeah.
I would call him the Human Torch because he ran really fast, but he couldn't cover worth shit. So
remember who was he covering? Was he covering Megatron?
Probably.
It was either Megatron or it was who's the dude that played for the Bears and then went to the Eagles?
Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah, he was covering. I believe he was covering Alshon Jeffrey against the Bears, or it might have even been Brandon Marshall. And Josh Robinson is not as tall as either of those guys. And so, what do you know? The Bears quarterback just lofted it up and went over the head of Josh Robinson. But he was fast.
Yeah, he could go step for step with anyone. But
yeah, but I'm good with that. And then, so for the other corner, go Marcus McCauley. Just when was he drafted?
Marcus McCauley. Hang on one second. McCauley was drafted in 2007. Started exactly 10 games for the Vikings. I got one other guy.
I know. I was going to ask you about that.
Chris Cook.
Yeah.
Because he started
no picks,
29 games, and did not have an interception. He only had 14 pass defenses in his 4 seasons with the Vikings.
That's because he was so good. They never threw in his direction.
They were in so much fear of him. Yeah. They never threw towards his way, and they never signed him again. So
did he go when he went to the Niners, I think, and he got a pick?
No, he didn't get a pick there either.
Oh, I think he got one in the preseason. And everyone's like, oh, finally.
finally found him. Yeah, I would go Chris Cook over. I mean, Marcus McCauley was bad, but
I'm definitely, after we do this, I'm definitely going to plug in this lineup into like Claude or something and ask to see what the record will be.
See if they go 0-17. It's like reverse 17.
Yeah, try.
Or whatever
we should make that game. Try and go 0-17.
Oh man. All right. To close things out, we got the safety position. I got Madiu Williams and Jamarcus Sanford. Williams got a big.
Hold on. What did you say, Madiu?
Is it Madiu?
Yeah.
Madiu? I don't know.
Madiu Williams.
I'm having a day.
It's okay.
Madiu Williams.
I couldn't let that pass by.
Yeah, it's all good. It doesn't matter what his name is. He sucked.
It doesn't.
he couldn't tackle to save his life. And then Jamarcus Sanford could tackle but couldn't cover. So I figure that's a perfect yin and yang in the Vikings.
Harrison Smith liked him, though. He always talks about Jamarcus Sanford. I feel like every other interview that Harrison Smith does, I feel like he always brings up Jamarcus Sanford for some reason. He clearly likes
I almost want to put Andrew Sendejo in here because he was only good at like taking people's heads off.
But he was pretty good in 2017, I feel like. He had a bunch of picks, right?
Yeah.
So that eliminates him. I have Robert Planton.
Oh.
From, I want to say
Notre Dame.
Yeah, no, but like I'm trying to think like 2013, 2014 range. When they were trying to find someone next to Harrison Smith. And then I have Mistral Raymond.
Oh, that's a pull.
So I think I like Sanford as one of them. Then I wonder if we want to go Blanton or because wasn't Madu Williams? Wait, wasn't he a free agent signing?
Yes, he
from,
was.
Like the Bengals.
He got a big contract from the Bengals.
Then let's do him then.
Madu.
Madu.
I'm not even gonna try.
Mr. Madu.
Matilda Williams. Anthony Edwards' favorite movie. I don't know, but yeah, I'm cool with that. So you have it written down. What's the final team look like now that we've gotten this far?
I was just thinking of also really. This is how bad free agency used to be with the Vikings. Was it like 2014? I feel like it might have been 2015 when they signed Alex Boone and who is that linebacker that they got from the Bengals that they were like hyping up that was not good at all.
Nick Vigil?
No, he had dreads. I can't remember his name. I'm going to have to look it up after, but I don't think he ever started a game, so that's why he didn't qualify. But he was like touted as like one of their big free agent additions, and just didn't work out. We have at quarterback Christian Ponder, running back Alexander Madison. Receivers, we have Laquon Treadwell and Troy Williamson. And flex, we have Jerome Simpson. Tight end, we have Irv Smith Jr., left tackle, Matt Kalil, or first tackle, Matt Kalil, other tackle, TJ Clemmings. First guard is Ed Ingram. Other guard is Dakota Dozier. We've got Garrett Bradbury at center. Then we move to defense. On the edge, we've got Erasmus James and DJ Wanham. Interior defensive line, we've got Shamar Stephan, Troy Guion. Inside linebackers, we've got Aaron Henderson and Jasper Brinkley. Corners, we have Bashad Breeland, Chris Cook, and at nickel, we have Josh Robinson. And our safeties are Madu Williams and Jamarcus Sanford.
I'm very interested to see what this simulation is. I don't know. Maybe I'll plug it into AI and see what would this team have done. I'll let you handle that. But
I feel like we might have missed the boat by not picking like a punter and a kicker too. I thought about that because there are some choices.
I'm trying to think of something because I
Jeff
would
Locke.
say Jeff Locke was bad. Yes.
Oh, who was the dude that they traded a
Corey Vedvik, but he never started a game.
Oh yeah, he got cut. That's right.
He got cut before he even. Yeah, they coughed up a 5th round pick. He was the Daniel Carlson trade before the Daniel Carlson trade.
Yep.
So
I don't even know if I would pick Carlson because, well, one, he didn't play enough games, and two, now he's good.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Blair Walsh because he was awesome as a rookie.
This is true.
I feel like it'd have to be someone like whoever their kicker was. Oh, but that was Ryan Longwell.
Ryan Longwell. Yeah, it was Longwell, Walsh.
It'd probably have to be who's the guy they just had before Will Rager?
Dan Bailey?
No. In between. Hit all the long kicks, but sucked at everything else.
Not Kai Forbath, was it?
No. After him.
No.
He was with the Packers last year too.
Greg Joseph?
Yes.
Yeah. And he had that one field goal, like Zimmer was about to get fired, and then he'd hit like a 60-yard field goal.
They raise them in there. Yeah. Not now we got Will Reichert, so we're good.
Yeah. Tribal chief until I don't even want to say it.
Don't even
it's like old Yeller, like you don't want to watch, and you're just like,
let him at least get paid first.
Hey, the good news is the Vikings have to get that far before he can hurt us that badly. And I don't know if that's going to happen with this team, because I still think it's a 4-8 team. But Kyler Murray is going to be Sam Darnold. And you can read all about it at the Viking Age. Hey, Adam, what's going on at the Viking Age?
First, did you see somebody put out a tweet or something yesterday or today about who's the best candidate to be the next Sam Darnold, and they put Justin Fields. So good luck with that.
We need training camp.
He's not even going to start.
Yes. Yeah.
It's with the Chiefs. At the Viking Age, we are getting ready for training camp, which will be starting. Players arrive next week. And right now I'm still doing my 1-year quarterback series, slowly working my way through. I just did one on Josh Freeman. I think Donovan McNabb is next. I have like Kelly Holcomb to do, Jeff George, all that fun stuff. And then we're just getting ready for training camp and keeping an eye on anything. Hopefully everyone stays out of trouble for the next 2 weeks. It's coming down to the wire, so we can hope. And then we'll keep recycling the same stuff about there's a quarterback competition. Kyler, he can run. JJ McCarthy is a leader. So we're going to see how many different times we can say that. No. We'll have different topics, so go check out the VikingAge.com.
They're going to get to TCO Performance Center and be like, all right, everybody's here. Anybody seen Jordan? And then all of a sudden, this car is going to fly off from the bluffs and just
helicopter. He's going to do the Antonio Brown helicopter arrival.
He's going to do Sting at like, what was it called on Nitro when like they were at Panama City or whatever? No, he's just going to do it from a helicopter, just like, and all of a sudden, like he just drops down like Sting with a baseball bat. He probably doesn't know who Sting is. But
Jordan Addison? Probably not.
The singer?
If he was on the clothes at like Urban Outfitters, maybe, but I don't know if he shops there.
That's cool. It looks like the Crow.
Anyway. Yeah. A lot of kids. What? I'm so old. You're older than me. But like,
thanks.
It's cool to wear like Nirvana shirts these days, and people are like, "Oh, you like Nirvana?" It's like, no, it's like the shirt. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, see you later. I'm over at the Viking Age as well. I'm writing a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's stuff like when I'm old. So if you're of the younger crowd, you can see what it was like back in the 2000s.
You know what we'll be keeping an eye on? We'll be keeping an eye on if any Vikings get involved in the upcoming wrestling festivities at US Bank Stadium. Because I did see Justin Jefferson was in an ad where they are lowering prices significantly because no one has bought any of the very expensive tickets. Who would have seen that coming?
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We'll
it is funny because I told you earlier this summer, I'm like, there's no way I'm going. It's so expensive. And now it's just slowly going up.
They're going to be giving you tickets the day before to go.
They might be like
paying you.
Nick Khan's going to show up to my apartment. Hey, man, I got these tickets. You want them? Like, that's the thing, though, is like, so they are having, I know we're running super long in this episode, but I mean, they are having, it's obviously US Bank Stadium's like 60,000 people. There's only going to be 30,000 people in that stadium.
Yeah, I know.
They only set it up for 30K. It's like, what are you?
Why do you even have it there?
Right. It's just, they should have just had it at Target Center, but I don't know. If I go, it'll be pretty cool.
Or they could have had it at Target Field.
Target Field would have, but also too, you have to.
During the season.
I think the Bananas are in town. The Savannah Bananas.
They're gonna. They're gonna outsell SummerSlam. Like that's not.
They
I'm not
might.
even. I'm not even joking.
They got 2 games. Yeah, they are. It's 40,000 people.
They sold out Michigan Stadium, didn't they?
Yeah, which
or one of the stadiums they got like 100,000 people. People go nuts for that stuff.
I don't understand the draw. But
There's like a ticket lottery to wait to get tickets.
And like the guy who is Curious George's friend runs them.
Meanwhile, WWE is like, we got 1 women's match, 9 guys matches.
But we have Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton in a thing that nobody outside of those 2 fan bases cares about. Knicks and Pacers fans don't even give a shit about that. Maybe Knicks fans, but
don't watch AAA because Dominic Mysterio is not a heel in there. He's a babyface, but he is a heel on Raw. So don't watch that. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I feel like he's going to turn on El Grande Americano at some point.
So
they got
he's going to be the leader of that new group or whatever. Ooh, that'd be fun.
That would actually be kind of fun.
Now we're going to have to watch AAA.
I mean, everything else sucks. Might as well give it a shot. We don't know any of the promos, but hey, I think it's cool. Anyway, I'm at the Viking Age. I'm writing stuff there. I'm also writing Viking stuff at zonecoverage.com. Twins coverage as well, as Joe Ryan took the wrong drugs and he's getting smashed as we're recording this. Wild coverage at Hockey Wilderness as well. So that's all that. But of course, this is the Viking Age podcast, the official podcast of the VikingAge.com. We do this right here on the Viking Age YouTube channel. We're in podcast form on Apple and Spotify the very next day. But however you consume us, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss a new episode and we can spread the word to the masses. He is Adam Patrick at Adam Patrick NFL. I am Chris Schad at The Real Chris Sean. Skull.